Hi everyone, welcome to our NVIDIA team presentation. So presenting today we have me, Elise Ludowick, Giselle, Taylor, Anand, and Jezreel. So beginning with vision and mission, NVIDIA's vision and mission demonstrate both where the company wants to go in the future and how it plans to get there. So starting with vision, NVIDIA aims to enable a world where everyone can experience the power of AI, which essentially means expanding the accessibility and the use of AI across the globe and positioning itself at the foundation of the AI industry. We can already see NVIDIA working towards this through its 5 million CUDA developers worldwide, as well as major global partnerships with companies such as Meta, OpenAI, Nokia, and Anthropic. Its projected $91 billion revenue for the 2027 financial year also demonstrates the scale of this growth. Now, on the other side, NVIDIA's mission is to bring superhuman capabilities to every human in every industry. So they aim to achieve this by developing powerful GPUs, software, and platforms that can solve complex problems that traditional computing may struggle with across industries ranging from data centers to robotics and physical AI. Evidence of this includes NVIDIA achieving a 25 times reduction in LLM inference costs compared to the previous generation, alongside around $6 billion in physical AI revenue. Overall, NVIDIA's vision establishes its long-term ambition, while its mission shows how innovation, technology, and global accessibility can be used to turn that vision into reality.
An organizational structure is defined as a system for completing and connecting the activities that occur within a working organization. In the case of NVIDIA, it does not publish its organizational chart, but therefore, to understand its structure, we need to examine publicly available information about its leadership, functions, operations, and management practices. From the information, one clear characteristic stands out. It is the functional organizational structure. In a functional organizational structure, employees are grouped into specialized areas of expertise. It commonly uses hierarchical top-down authority. At NVIDIA, we observe specialized function areas such as engineering, finance, operations, sales, and legal affairs. This structure can improve expertise, efficiency, and managerial control. However, it also poses some problems. When departments become isolated or create silos, communication is slow, departments may be developing competing priorities. And for NVIDIA, this is particularly important because such areas such as hardware, software, operations, sales need to work together closely to develop commercialized complex technologies. Therefore, NVIDIA benefits from functional specialization, but it also needs cross-functional teamwork, direct communication, flexibility in coordination to reduce silos and remain competitive in a rapidly changing technology industry.
Organizational culture refers to shared beliefs, values, and assumptions that shape how members within an organization behave. Shine's organizational culture theory breaks this down to 3 levels: artifacts, which are the visible elements of culture; exposed values, which are the stated beliefs; and underlying assumptions, which are the deep beliefs that shape how people think and behave within an organization. At NVIDIA, CEO Jensen Huang reinforces these cultural values through statements like "everyone has a voice, everyone belongs," highlighting a culture centered on belonging, inclusion, and shared purpose. Yu and Din Hai describe a culture as a strategic resource that can create long-term competitive advantage when it is valuable, rare, and difficult to imitate. Strong culture also drives innovation and sustainable performance, which aligns with NVIDIA's commitment to a just and inclusive workplace. Using Shine's model, NVIDIA artifacts include community resource groups, such as NV Pride, their allyship program, and benefits like fully covered preventative care. Their exposed values emphasize inclusion, belonging, and innovation, reflected in statements such as "where employees come to do their life work" and "our people matter most," demonstrating clear organizational values aligned with employee growth, innovation, and well-being. Their underlying assumptions show a belief that diversity drives innovation and that employees perform best when they feel supported and psychologically safe. This inclusion-driven culture enhances both innovation and employee well-being, thus enhancing organizational performance. This is reflected in the 2026 Glassdoor rankings of number 1 best place to work in tech and AI in America and number 3 overall worldwide. This demonstrates high employee satisfaction. Their culture is rare and difficult to imitate, supported by leadership, structural systems, and deep beliefs about belonging and innovation. Combined with their 2026 revenue of $215.9 billion, up 65% from the previous year, NVIDIA's culture clearly communicates to long-term organizational success.
Organizational stakeholders are people or group that can affect a company or are affected by its decision. NVIDIA's main stakeholders includes customers, employees, investors, suppliers, governments, and communities. Customers want reliable and energy-efficient product, while investors expect growth and innovations. Employees expect good working conditions, and supplies must be NVIDIA's quality and ethic requirements. Governments expect legal complications, while communities are affected by NVIDIA's environmental and social impact. Therefore, NVIDIA must balance rapid AI development and financial performance with responsible innovation, employee well-being, and environmental protection.
Corporate social responsibility is a form of self-regulation. It encourages businesses to hold themselves accountable for its social, environmental, and ethical impact. According to NVIDIA, the company engineers the most advanced chips, systems, and software for the AI factories of the future. However, powering AI requires large amounts of energy and generates heavy CO2 emissions. In tech, CSR encourages businesses to explain how they will mitigate the environmental costs of their technological advances. To lessen NVIDIA's environmental footprint, NVIDIA uses its AI tech towards sustainability initiatives. The EcoWave project uses NVIDIA's AI technology to harness the power from ocean waves. The Earth-2 project predicts climate change events, and NVIDIA's AI recyclable sorting robot separates recyclables from landfill, ultimately averting 2 billion pounds of trash and preventing CO2 emissions of 739,000 metric tons. Ultimately, NVIDIA's approach is partially effective. Whilst each project reduces environmental impacts, it does not entirely offset all the water, energy, and carbon consumption required for global production.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are 17 goals designed to address major global economic and social and environmental challenges by 2030. NVIDIA contributes to SDG 9 towards its AI, accelerated computing and data center technologies. Those technologies support innovation in manufacturing, healthcare, scientific research, and climate modeling. NVIDIA contributes to SDG 13 by developing more energy-efficient computing, measuring products' lifestyle, carbon footprints, and using AI to improve climate and weather predictions. However, rapid AI expansion also increased data center energy demand and supply chain impacts. Therefore, NVIDIA's contribution will depend on whether efficiently improvements, reducing its total environmental footprint.
And here we have our teamwork evidence, as you can see with the meeting dates on the left-hand side, and the AI summary of our team meetings on the right-hand side.
It's your lucky day, because Joke is free to join. Oh, don't worry, we don't hold back.